Hi, I'm Patrick and Liv is behind the camera. This is the Mach-E vlog. We're really excited. We just got this via UPS like literally 30 minutes ago. This is the A2Z Typhoon Pro, the new and improved NACS adapter. We're gonna test it out right now, so let's go. First things first, we're gonna take a look at it. We're gonna open it up real quick. Has the little information sheet in here. We won't get into that right now, but this is like literally first time looking at it. Feels very, very hefty. I think the last one was about 2 pounds. I believe this feels like it's about 2 pounds. The biggest change is the latching mechanism to hold on to the NACS J3400 Tesla connector. Now there's no latch under here, it's all through this lever here. So you can see when I push that, that makes the connection to the car. And then inside, you probably can't see it, it's very hard, but it releases the connector or the little latch that holds it on to the J3400 plug. So first of all, let's compare it. And it is maybe slightly heavier. You can see the profile. It sticks out a little bit more. On the bottom of the old one, you can see that latch that a lot of people didn't like. I got used to it, so ended up not being that big of a deal. A little bit softer edges here versus the hard corners here, but otherwise very similar looking. It's still using a flame retardant nylon for the actual whole case. It's silver plated copper for the connectors to make sure they're very well connected. There's 2 sensors, both in the old and the new. We'll go ahead and put the old one down. There's one sensor that basically, like if it starts getting hot, it'll derate your charge so that it doesn't get too hot. If it still gets hotter, the other sensor will end up like basically cutting off charging if it gets too hot. That's always been one of the concerns as we're using these adapters. And I got to tell you, we were just on a 2,300 mile road trip across the Mojave Desert in Denver. Temperatures reached up to like 112, 115 degrees while we were charging. This thing performed very, very well. We did get some slowing compared to like a normal 350 kilowatt charger. So like at about 60% state of charge, instead of getting like 80 kilowatts or 90 kilowatts, we were getting 60. But it was with this one as well as, and I'll go ahead and bring out the other adapter in the room. This is the one provided by Ford and Tesla. And I do want to show you what this one looks like and give you a little bit of information, because this is the only one that's supported officially by Ford and Tesla and Rivian, because Rivian's actually using this same one. So there are caveats. If you're going to use one of these A2Z Typhoon or Typhoon Pro, they're not officially supported, but we've been using it. It's been great. In fact, I started using the A2Z when it was so hot, because this button and this connector is very, very, very hot when you try to unplug, and it's like 112 degrees and it's in the sun. So I ended up using like a cloth over that button because it kept burning my thumb. And then I just said, you know what, I'm switching back to the A2Z, and it performed flawlessly. So this one I think will do just as well, and we don't have the little difficult little latch. And just to show you, I'm going to go ahead and show you how the old one worked real quick and why they decided to revise the design. So then it's like I can put it on and just slip it right back off, and then I have to do this latch, which doesn't seem like that big of a deal. But as you plug it in, a lot of times you would unlatch it, and then when it's in the unlock position, it would not allow you to charge. So a lot of people thought that was a little bit finicky. Now with this new one, and this is the first time I'm testing it out, I'm excited to see how it works. Same procedure. You just basically slide it in, make sure it like clicks and locks, make sure you can't pull it off. They have a sensor that will make sure that you can't charge if it's not fully latched, so don't worry about that. But you always, with any of these adapters, whether it's level 2 or NACS or whatever adapter, you always just want to make sure it's secure before you plug it in. And to release it, it's literally just push that button and pull it off. Very simple and easy to do. And to be quite honest, I think it's a little bit easier than the Ford Tesla one, because like that one clicks in easy, but to get it off, you have to like stick a finger in and pull, and it's a bit difficult. A lot of people try to do it this way, which I worry about it flying off. So this one is a little bit awkward. Now let's go back to this one, and we'll just go ahead and plug in and just make sure it's going to work. Now, if you're unfamiliar with getting the charging started with Rivian and the Ford EVs, they can basically just do plug and charge. With Ford, if you don't have the plug and charge update, you should have it by now. If you don't, you can also activate via the Tesla app, via the Ford Pass app, or via the sync screen. So there's 3 alternative ways besides plug and charge. On our trip, I actually used the Tesla app a lot because I was trying to save a bit of money. I paid the $13 membership and then was able to get a discounted rate by skipping plug and charge. So for now though, I just want to show you that plug and charge is going to work. So let's get ready, and we're just going to plug in. We've timed this before, and again, just to be sure, I'm making sure it's very well connected, very easy to plug in. We timed this, it takes maybe 15 seconds for it to start flashing and indicate that it's actually charging, and then we're should be good to go.
Flashing.
There we go. So now it's flashing, it's charging. I can actually open up the Ford Pass app and click on my charging. It's we'll see the charging rate. We'll take a screenshot once it's actually showing me. We're at a high state of charge, as you can tell. So it's not going to charge that fast right now, but we're at 63 kilowatts. We can come over here, we can hear the fan on the Supercharger kicking up, and it's getting this information from the cloud. So it may be slight delays in how fast it's charging, but you should not, at least initially, be limited by this adapter. It's at 108 kilowatts now. It is rated up to 500 amps, which is more than what the Mach-E can take. So should be no limitations. You should get your peak speeds that you can get from a 250 kilowatt charger. And that's exactly what we saw on our trip with much success. And that's what we're getting right now. Again, we're at 67% state of charge. Sorry about that. So we're doing 105 kilowatts. I'll take a screenshot, and everything is proceeding normally. So this is a great success. I love the new latch, and the next thing that we're going to do while we're here is I'm going to hook up my thermal sensing camera. I did this for the original one, and people really like the thermal images that are coming out of it. But we're going to pause for a second while I hook this up, and we'll take some thermal images and see what heat this thing is generating. Okay, got the thermal sensing going. It looks like there's some hot spots, but it's really not that hot. This thing is just very sensitive in the temperature. I'm gonna take a screenshot that we can pop up. You can see it says that there's some temperatures that are about 90, 99 degrees. And what it's doing is it's like, it doesn't even feel warm to the touch at all. This thing is just very sensitive in seeing temperatures. In fact, I'm gonna show you like the tires and things like that will show up. The wheel shows up at 95 degrees. And just as a cool thing, watch this. I'll put my hand there for a second. If you can see my handprint, at least for a few seconds on the car. But anyways, we're just gonna watch this for a little bit. We're at a high state of charge, so we're not gonna be able to really see much increase in temperature. It still says it's detecting some heat down here below the charger, but it doesn't even feel warm to the touch. And you can see like my thumb is basically like the same color. I can't do a screenshot at the same time.
Yeah, keep doing that. I see that. Your thumb's actually on there, huh? It totally blends in.
Yeah, so it's basically it's
human temperature.
Not even warm to the touch. Everything's going well. Again, we've had really good success using this A2Z adapter in up to like 111, 114 degree temperatures with no issues at all. It actually became my preferred one because the button on top on this one didn't get that hot. And I imagine this is probably a similar situation. So very encouraged by the new design. The finicky part of it getting of attaching and detaching, I think has been eliminated. I don't see any reason why the heat dissipation would be any different. I've seen the diagrams. I think I can share those if I can. I'll put those up now. But a lot of people think there's like the connectors going in here and it just goes straight down into the DC fast charging connectors that are part of CCS, but it's not. First of all, the pins have to cross over inside this adapter because of the way the pin layouts are between the two systems. But there's no wires. It's actually like a molded metal or forged metal. I'm not sure exactly which, but it's like a bar of metal that goes from one side to the other, which is one of the reasons why it can take up to 500 amps with no issues. This fire retardant nylon is excellent for dissipating heat compared to like the Ford / Rivian / Tesla one. There's ways that it's getting rid of the heat, but then there's this like plastic shell over it. So it may not look like it would get that hot, but it actually does get really hot, even though it's, you know, it's not like this solid piece. These are both that flame retardant nylon. It almost feels like a metal. It's so thick and hard and hefty. It does a great job of getting rid of the heat without making it like too hot to hold. We're going to check our state of charge real quick. I'll do one more temperature thing because it's just not going to go up. Like I said, we've used this. By the way, think about it like a cup of coffee. I've tested this as well. When you have a cup of coffee, it could be like 140, 150 degrees. This is way less than like a coffee cup. So pretty cool. Now I'm going to check our state of charge. We're still charging at 103 kilowatts, which I know isn't fast. It's not nearly the limit. When we were actually charging using the A2Z on our road trip, we saw peaks of at about 155 kilowatts. The peak for the Mach-E is supposedly 150, but if you know how amps versus volts versus watts works, you understand it can be slightly higher than that. But what I want to do is switch the camera. I'm going to grab it. Liv's going to jump in, and we're going to have her stop charging and then disconnect and connect it. So then we get like a different opinion to let you know like how much improved this is. And we'll have her try out the old and the new A2Z.
This is my first time touching it. Like Patrick mentioned, this literally arrived 30 minutes ago. So I'm going to assume it's better, but I'm not actually going to assume it's better. I have to see if it is better. So let's just do the whole process like we normally do. We're going to press the stop button. You see it spinning white. And so now I'm just going to press this button and pull the adapter out. Woo! Ooh, that was quite a pull. I did brace myself on the car. Now I should be able to just pull that button and then detach or press the button. Okay. Ooh, okay, that was easy. All right. This is interesting because you're seeing exactly my first impression. I'm just gonna try it again, Patrick.
With no practice at all.
With no practice. So I heard the click and now I'm gonna pull it. Okay, cool. So if you don't know anything about me, hi, I'm Liv. This hand functions just fine. This hand, only 2 fingers function. So personally, things that require, that have good ergonomics and require minimal dexterity to use are really important to me. And it's important to me anyways. I have a history of industrial design, all that. So I feel like you gotta press it pretty well and then it comes off really easily. I love that. I really love that. Something we talked about in the beginning with the adapters was that they're kind of fiddly, right? They're kind of fiddly. They require 2 hands. So let's say Ooh, okay.
Even
Cool, cool, cool.
one-handed.
Yeah, I did it one-handed. Well, obviously, if you're missing an arm and you just have your upper arm, but that
Or
was easy.
just your hands full, because like
Just your
sometimes
hands full.
yeah.
You have your shopping bags down there. That's easy to do. I wonder if I can put it in. No, that might be hard. Braking for loud motorbikes, but okay, I'm really excited.
Now,
I'm really excited.
Do you want to try the
Yes.
old one just to show?
I do want to try the old one. Okay, so we have, you can feel that that's warm actually. It's definitely not hot, but it's warm. It's like when you've been sitting on a chair, you know?
Oh, there you go. That's
yeah,
good.
versus getting on a chair that no one's been sitting on. So I just pushed it on and I'm giving it a tug and it's not coming off. And so if I were to plug it in, well, I guess I'll just plug, huh?
No, we don't want to plug that one in, because then we'll start a charge.
But like Patrick said, there's the latch on the bottom that I have to worry about. So I love that. I love that there's only the latch on top that we have to worry about. And also, just an ergonomics thing, it's far more pleasant to grab the new one because it's smooth on the bottom. So it's like it's made to be grabbed, as opposed to this one when you're trying to grab the button, you're actually pressing on the other button. So like Patrick said, when you push it in, you might find yourself unlocking it by mistake. This is not the best place for a button that's involved with locking. So that one, it's still a good one. I do still like it, but I love that I love that. And
now let's do the plug and charge again and just see.
Okay.
It is a bit snug going in, and a lot of times that's just the way it goes.
All right, and we got the flash. I'm interested to see, and we got blue.
We got blue. It'll take about 20 seconds, but and then now just looking at it, it's like it comes out a bit further here. Looks like it's just really nicely formed around.
Does it come out a bit further?
Yeah, it definitely does.
Cool, yeah. It's like a little trumpet shape a bit more so. And it's flashing, so we're charging. Can you see? It's hard to, we have that little sort of trumpet.
Yep.
You can tell the new one from the old one because it has a trumpet and it has the A2Z logo. This one has it on the side and this one has it on the new one has it on the side, the old one has it on the side, new one has it on the top. There we go. I try not to say this or that in case you guys aren't looking, but let's stop this again and I want to see if I have a little more ease in pulling it out. So I pressed the stop button on the vehicle and now I'm going to press the latch. It is a hard pull. It is a hard pull.
Yeah, it's a bit snug.
That's a bit snug. That's the only thing that's a little challenging, just a little bit. I braced with a hand. I'll be interested. Did you have a hard time, Patrick?
No, well, no matter which, it seems like CCS connectors can be hard to get in or out. If you notice, we were just editing our road trip video. Like I saw, like there's a couple of times getting them in and out can be really tight.
True. Did you actually pull it out?
Actually, I have not. So
okay, so I'm going to put it in and then we're going to switch and see if Patrick has to brace because that's
and
twice
we're just going to have like 10 charges.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we'll make sure that it's in properly. It's turned blue. Let's make sure it's flashing and then we're going to switcheroo.
All right. And we're not really testing the charging speed again. We know based on the history of the first A2Z Typhoon, we saw speeds of 155.
It's flashing. We're just making sure that it's actually charging so Patrick can disconnect it now.
Yeah, because really the improvements are all about the latch and how it connects. So I'm gonna try to unplug it and see.
All right, your turn. It's so funny, by the way, we just traded the camera and the camera feels as warm as the warm A2Z did.
Yeah, this doesn't feel warm at all. Like, and actually, let me just touch different parts. And since we're charging, we'll go ahead and do the thermal part before I unplug.
Might as well.
And we got a train coming by as
You're
well.
hearing the dinging. This is a busy supercharger, but it's the closest to our house. And since we had minimal daylight, we just raced over. Interesting that there you have the indicator light to the right, and then the charger itself both have like.
Well, it's the indicator light, and that's sort of a good indicator of how warm things are, because that's like 87 degrees. Let me do a screenshot. That it's like the button is like 85, 86 degrees. I think it's about 75 outside right now, so it's pretty temperate, but it's like like it doesn't even feel warm.
And then
like
it was 92 on the hot spot, which
earlier.
is the same spot.
Yeah,
right there.
It doesn't feel bad at all. Like it doesn't even, like I wouldn't even classify that as warm. So, okay.
Now I want to see you unplug
screenshot.
it.
She wants to see me unplug.
Yeah, I do.
Don't
All
drop
right.
my phone. All right, push in. Oh, I got to hit stop.
Haha.
Oh, I was wanting to test that, and I just did.
And it didn't let you?
No, it basically, if you push this, it's going to let the car know that you're trying to disconnect, and it's going to stop your charging. I was going to test that at the very end, decided to test it now by accident.
So it stopped it, you didn't?
Yeah,
Nice.
it'll stop, and it wouldn't let me actually press and disconnect. It prevents that from happening, but it stopped the charging, and then now that it's white, it's letting me do that. So I can hold, and it's not hard. I don't think you would have to brace. I think it's just a matter of wiggle a little bit. And it's just, there's so much plastic and curves, you just got to wiggle it a little bit. And the other thing is like these ports are designed to move a little bit.
I know, because last time people were wondering if it's bad to wiggle it.
Yeah, I mean, really, it's like you don't want to wiggle it a ton.
Loud cars.
Loud cars again. You don't want to wiggle it a ton, but I mean, it is what it is. It's like it's plastic and there's a lot of curves and whatever. So let me go ahead, and now I got to press this and take it off. Yeah, that's so easy.
Okay, so you had an easy time pulling it out. I had a harder time.
Yeah.
But perhaps I get better at it. Oh, taking it on and off the cable is amazing. That feels really good.
Like I don't like going above 100% because you can't. But it's 1,000% better.
Oh yeah.
It's 1,000% better. I really like this new design. So
I also do, and also it feels really secure when you click it in.
Yeah, and you can hear the click, and no matter what, you want to listen to that.
Yeah.
It's going to have a sensor. It has a sensor that will make sure that it's secure, but you always want to listen for it, no matter what.
And then give it a tug.
Yeah. And the other thing is like we actually ran into a situation to where the Tesla cable was damaged. So we were having trouble getting any adapter to stay connected. It's a lot of power. You want to make sure everything looks good. And if you see a damaged connector, move on to the next one. You don't want to just say like, you know what, I want to take my, $40, $50, $60,000 car and plug it into a damaged connector. It's just better just to move on to the next one. But I think we're gonna wrap it up and do a quick summary. But I think you guys know what the summary is.
Brr, 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 brr.
You and your trumpet. She sees it and it's like, now it's forever a trumpet.
It is a trumpet.
So you have the nice new good one. This one works great. The latch, some people thought was finicky. I got used to it quickly, but I have to agree, this is like a way better design. I really like it. I should have mentioned this at the beginning. We do have a discount code. It's a discount affiliate code, so we get something, but you get varying percentage off. Right now it's 10% off. That sometimes goes down, sometimes goes up, but use it. It's Mach-E Vlog. You can do all lowercase or all uppercase, but no spaces. Mach-E Vlog, I'm wearing the shirt, so it should be easy for you to figure that out. Plus, I'll put it in the description, as well as any updates. So like if there's any info down below that you should know that we couldn't include in the video, we'll add that. One thing that I would like to suggest as well is they also sell a destination adapter, and if you bundle them together, you can save even more money. And the reason why I suggest both is that as we get further into this transition over to NACS, this type of connector, a lot more hotels and stuff are going to be probably installing the Tesla destination style connector. And then it just makes it more valuable to have both the level 2 adapter as well as the DC fast charging NACS adapter, J3400, whatever you want to call it. So get the bundle now, save yourself a bit of money, use the discount code, save a little bit more money, and just really excited. Do you have anything to add, or should we just go get food because it's late?
It is late. if you already have the original A to Z, I don't think you have to upgrade.
No.
I really like the original as well. But I'm really, really tickled that they listen to us. I think that's really cool. Is your arm good? I think that's really, really cool that A to Z listened to us. They listened to what we wanted. So if there's anything else that you want, or once you try this, if there's something else you want to see, be vocal about it. Let us know as well, because they really are listening. I love it when companies do that. We'll let you know when other companies do that with other things. But I think this is an incredible upgrade, ergonomically, dexterity-wise. This is really, really useful. I'm really chuffed with this. If you've been waiting to like figure out which one you like the most, this is the one I like the most. Like we said, it is no third-party adapter is approved at the moment.
It's sort of catch 22 right now. Like they're not supported. They're undergoing certification for CE certification. As soon as UL 2252 has been finally approved, they will get that certification. They will put all of their testing results online. A to Z has been fantastic about keeping people up to date about shipping times, about their testing procedures, putting all of that stuff online. I believe for a while there was long delays. I believe it's like a 2-week delay to get your adapter. If you're going on a road trip, it's hard not to just get one. It's so valuable. We just did our 2,300 mile road trip. It was super, super valuable to have access to the Tesla Supercharger network. As one of our first charging sites that we went to, when we had Supercharger access, we showed there was a 4-stall with 1 broken, Electrify America, and then across the street there was 84 Tesla Superchargers. And even on this trip, there was a lot of instances where there was 3 out of 4 EA stalls working, and somewhere else in the same town there was a 12-stall or 16-stall Tesla Supercharger. So it's just nice having that option. And the other thing is like, it was often cheaper. We were charging in Needles, California for 20 cents. I'm going to keep saying that, 20 cents. So
that was super awesome. And like Patrick said, it's great to have more options, which is also like why we like having the destination adapter. It's just nice to have all the options just in case. And I was just feeling this to check. So one of the reasons, like Patrick said, that we really enjoyed the A to Z adapter on a road trip was that this button is plastic, I guess, and doesn't get super hot.
Plastic?
It's just like,
it feels metal to me.
It feels like metal, but it did not get hot like the Ford Tesla adapter. And this button feels like the same material on the new one. So I assume that would also be the case, because that was really nice.
I think it's a matter of how it gets rid of the heat throughout the whole adapter. And the other one, it was like, it felt like it was pouring out through the button.
It did, yeah.
If you haven't, check out our road trip video. It's in day 1 from Oceanside to Holbrook, Arizona. It'll be out probably a day or so after this. But anyways, we should thank you guys for watching.
A huge thank you to our Patreon members whose names are scrolling across the screen right now. And a huge thank you to our YouTube members as well. You see them down below by the little lightning bolts next to their name. We appreciate you guys all so very much. Thank you for watching. Let us know what you think about the adapters, about other adapters, about whatever products. And just remember that whatever you drive and however you charge it.
I knew it.
Haha, that's Patrick's edition. Enjoy the ride. Bye.